Yeah. Yeah. Can you believe they told me that I would never make it? Now we smiling in their faces, smiling in their faces.
So fresh off the press, hot off social media right now, everybody's buzzing about what Jeanie Buss had to say about, her former employee, I should say, LeBron James. As y'all know, Jeanie Buss and her family owned the Lakers since like the 1970s or something like that. And, obviously recently they sold the Lakers. And, this gives her an opportunity to tell everybody how she really feel. And a lot of people were just telling you how they really feel about LeBron James and his posse and the people around him, his crew, you know what I'm saying? Rich Paul, Clutch Sports, all these people who kind of, you have to deal with when you deal with LeBron James. It does, it kind of rubs people the wrong way. And a lot of people have a problem when people say it. But as you know, a former NBA owner is talking about it now. So I guess I ain't crazy and a hater after all. So without further ado, let's just discuss what Jeanie had to say. So Lakers owner Jeanie Buss had reportedly been privately complaining about LeBron's outsized ego. Jeanie Buss was reportedly so frustrated with LeBron James that she privately considered not re-signing or even trading him in 2022, including a floating deal to their rivals, the Clippers. What? She also had concerns about LeBron's ego, Clutch Sports' influence over the Lakers. Jeanie Buss began to turn on LeBron James years ago, and these are the things that she complained about. She said it's the grumbled about James' outside ego. She felt Clutch exerted too much control, as we all say here. Said didn't like how LeBron was considered a savior, because he definitely didn't save nobody. Lack of accountability over the Westbrook trade, which that was a failed super team no one talks about. Westbrook was only 31 years old. I believe he came off a triple-double season with the Wizards. Paired that with Anthony Davis, definitely a super team with LeBron James still in his prime. It's said also here, privately mused about not giving him a contract extension and even trading him. She said she felt LeBron was not grateful that the Lakers drafted Bronny, his bum-ass son, who can't, play basketball at even a high level in college, never mind being a pro. And it's also said that he begrudgingly gave him a contract extension, fearing a bad PR hit. So she kind of gave him a contract extension thinking, the PR would be, negative about it. She kind of feared that because, the LeBron does have some type of control over the media. As much as people do not like to say this, these things are in fact true. And a lot of people just don't want to hear, how bad a player like LeBron James can be for a franchise. You deplete your draft picks, your assets, and then Rich Paul and the crew come in, they control everything, and you're sitting there wondering, well, how can we compete in the future if we're giving up all our picks to build a super team that fails, which is what they did with Russ, which is what they did with AD, with that year. And obviously I heard some rumors that they were going to bring in a different player. I think it was DeMar DeRozan that year. As you know, Kawhi Leonard had a chance to come, but he decided to go to the Clippers. A lot of people don't want to play with LeBron. They know that he is going to find a scapegoat to the season. And typically, the scapegoat is not him. Of course, it's never him. Even now, where he's playing at his worst he's ever played, it somehow gets flipped to Austin Reeves because corny dudes like Rich Paul with their, narratives that they're trying to push make it seem like somebody else when Austin Reeves is the best defender out of defensively and defensive net rating when it comes to being on the court. He's better defensively than Luka and LeBron James. LeBron James ranks in the 400s, so there's only like 450 or 75 players in the NBA, close to 500. LeBron's in the 400s. So if you see how bad he is defensively, then you'd be wondering, well, why the hell are they trying to, make it about him? So another thing I want to talk about is Phil Jackson's comments before. And there's another thing I want to talk about with the owner, so stay tuned. So what I'm going to say is that a lot of people don't realize that Phil Jackson had comments about LeBron and his posse. And when he said LeBron and his posse, he was referring to Rich Paul, Maverick Carter, and the crew, how they come into the franchise, expect things, demand things, and want things their way, want you to worship their feet. And that's not how it goes. Now, even players like Jordan and Kobe, who obviously Phil Jackson had coached, had never had big crews where they come in and try to control things. As long as you give me a team to compete with, we're happy. We don't need to control everything. We just need to win. We need to play a style of basketball that can contribute to championships. So I think Phil Jackson already seen this as a player within the NBA. You know what's going on. You know the rumors. You know Pat Riley. You know all these people you're talking. And you hear people complain about LeBron James and his posse. Also, another thing. Well, LeBron James wants to own an NBA team, right? Here's the thing. According to Google and I figured I knew this already, but I just want to confirm it before putting it on video. So new NBA owners absolutely need approval from existing owners. Specifically, it says a 3/4 majority vote from the NBA Board of Governors after an extensive investigation by the commissioner to enforce financial stability, character, and suitable for the league's integrity. This process involves formal applications, background checks, and financial vetting, making it a rigorous process for any potential new owner or controlling investor. So when you think about LeBron James, you think about how many owners don't like him. You think about the salary cap from the super teams. You think about the second apron, which a lot of people blame LeBron James and those Heat teams and those Cavs teams where they have 3 max players on deals. When you look at those things, you look at how the owners probably felt. Dan Gilbert, I don't know about, I forget the owner, some Aaron or something like that for the Miami Heat owner. Obviously, Jeanie Buss. How many owners don't like LeBron James? Now think about the owners that we don't know who secretly don't like LeBron James. And thinking about the public perception of everybody loves LeBron. He makes everyone better. He's this and that and the third. And you got people really telling you real stories about how this dude can really come into your franchise and turn things upside down. And it's not a comfortable environment. You know what I mean? Obviously, Westbrook don't like him. There's a lot of players who play with him who aren't big fans of him. But ultimately, this video just proves to us that we're always right about things. We know Clutch has too much influence. We also know that we're dealing with a time in the NBA where media is everything, and this guy controls a lot of talking heads like Nick Wright and Shannon Sharp, people who are just kind of chucking and jiving for him. So as we continue to watch LeBron James's career come to an end, I expect more people to come out. I expect more people to criticize him and more people to tell you how they feel about LeBron James as a basketball player and probably more importantly as a human when it comes to the things he's done off the court. So with this being said, no surprise that Jeanie Buss came out speaking about how she feels about LeBron James. And unfortunately, we're going to have to keep hearing more about this. And as things continue to come out, I'll try to cover it as best as I can. But if you're new to the channel, I appreciate you guys for watching. And I hope you guys can subscribe, hit the bell, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Peace.